Josephine, you are up lovely. So let me know who you would like to connect with and what their relationship is to you. Hello. Where did I learn to be a psychic? The world is your school. You learn from self. So when people say, you know, listen to your own discernment, it's listening to your higher self. Let the world show you what's there. Nonna Josephine. Did I say that right? Because I had a Giuseppe on this week, and then I did another reading for a Giuseppe. Like I had a Giuseppe, a client, and then I was making a connection to a Giuseppe, and this is similar. Josephine. No worries, Olivia. So you were after Josephine. I'm just starting Josephine's now. She's got a mediumship. Sometimes these things take a little while, but we'll try to move through it as quickly as possible as well. All right, let me just... I'm just going to write her name down. Oh, that makes sense. I was like, why is this name coming through so many times? And then I learnt that the English version of Giuseppe was Joe, and that makes sense with the new guy that I've had come through, because I'm like, I don't know their name, I don't know their purpose. Alright, let's have a look. And that's your Nonna. Did she end up migrating to Australia, Josephine? Also, I get heart stuff with her, heart chest. Or I should rephrase that. I do not know at this moment whether it is your Nonna coming through, but there's a hell of a lot of chest pain there. She did migrate to Australia. Yeah. Do you understand the chest pain? So anything to do with chest, so lungs, heart. I also get clots. I heard clots as well. Was clots an issue? This is going to sound different. I wanted to say strange then, but it's going to sound different. She's not presenting to her, like presenting herself to me, so I cannot describe it, but what I can describe is there's something there that when she's in a photograph, she looks extremely beautiful. Does that make sense? And there's this aura about her. And I don't know if this is something that lots of people have commented on before, but when they see an image of your Nonna, they say that she's very beautiful. Again, I'm not seeing her visually, but this is the emotions and the sensations that she's bringing through with this. I also feel like she had her hair up in a loose bun. Does that make sense? And again, I don't know if I'm describing this photo that she's trying to show me, but it's like I've got hair sort of draping down, like strands of hair draping down. There's this bun, and this is loose. All this bit here is loose. So I don't know if this is a younger picture of her, but I also feel like I'm looking at grey hair too. So relatively straight or wavy hair, not kinked. I don't know why I had to say it like that. Just bringing through the messages. Yeah. Why do I feel like she presented herself well as well? Like I'm seeing, I don't know if she liked red lipstick, but I'm seeing like red lipstick on her. She's only giving me like little impressions at the moment. The chest pain is still there. When I just asked, how did you die? She made it feel like it was very sudden. Like she's so showing me hands like this, quick. So again, it felt like 1 minute there, 1 minute not. So maybe an unexpected passing for her, something that wasn't drawn out for a long period. I also feel like she was at home. Does that make sense, Josephine? And she also makes me, you see her too, because what she showed me is almost like a orb that catches your eye, but it kind of goes down. This is the left hand side, so you catch movement on your left hand side that sort of goes down, if that makes sense. Oh, she wasn't at home. Gotcha. Okay. Was it quick though? Sorry, I just had to I'm blocking one of those fake accounts. It was quick. Yeah. Do you understand the makeup and having to be done up? So it's like I feel like I need to be presented well all of the time. I heard modest too. Like showing modesty, you're being very modest. I feel like that relates to being appropriately dressed and appropriate presentation and speech. Knowing when to talk and when not to talk is what I just got corrected as well. Was she a carer? Part of me feels like she was a carer for a majority of her life. Whether this be family members, like children, husband. I also feel like she had a husband, but husband has passed before her. And I don't know if she has had eye issues, but that come on pretty quickly as well. Oops, frozen again. I heard modest too. Like showing modesty, you're being very modest. I feel like that relates to being appropriately dressed and appropriate presentation and speech. Knowing when to talk and when not to talk is what I just got corrected as well. I'm back. Sorry about that, Josephine. Back. Sorry about that, Josephine. Just checking messages. Checking messages. Oh, you understand the modesty. Got you. Oh, you understand the modesty. Got you. Let me know when you can hear me. You can hear me. I'm actually doing a paid reading at the moment. Victoria, I've got another one after this, love. Victoria, I've got another one after this, love. Very much so. Very much so. 100% yes, correct. Okay, gotcha. Cool. 100% yes, correct. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, she's still not presenting, so again, that might be part of that. She might be showing that personality, but I've heard very clearly. I heard modesty, and I'm like, don't you mean modest? And I'm like, nope, don't you mean modest? And I'm like, nope, modesty. Modesty. Before it got cut off, I was mentioning it felt like she was a carer. It felt like she was a carer of sorts throughout her life. And I was mentioning that there could be just, you know, family members or children, or always having people around to care for, or her love language might have been, you know, taking great care of those around her as well. They also felt like there was a husband figure as well that had passed before her. I feel like she wore those, for whatever reason. She's showing me her shoes, and they feel like those horrible, I like to tongue in cheek, because they remind me of church shoes, you know, the black ones with the low heels, or the heels, church heels. You know, they've got a heel on this high sort of thing. I feel like she's even going grocery shopping with a little handbag and carrying herself proper, but with these particular shoes on that she shows me. 1000% for being a carer, or for the shoes. Oh no, hang on, I haven't scrolled back enough. Very caring, and her husband passed before her. Okay, gotcha. And yes, for the shoes. She sounds lovely. Part of the reason why I feel like she doesn't come forward to show me her visually as well is because she was a very proud woman, very so much pride in herself. So I don't know if that makes sense as well. But again, it's not so much how she is now, it's just bringing that character across, so that you know without a doubt that I'm speaking to your nonna. What's the she just randomly showed me like fried eggs, so it's a symbolism of eggs. I don't know where it fits in, whether she had chickens and she would collect eggs, or eggs was always a breakfast item every day. Something about eggs. 100% proud. Oh, she had chickens and used to fry eggs. Yeah, that's exactly what she showed me, was a fried egg. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with this information? Where is this going? Oh, she's laughing now, because again, it feels like part of her character where she would I'm somebody who doesn't like grey areas, and it feels like when she would have a stern talk to somebody, it was also kind of left open to interpretation, and I don't know if that makes sense. Because it's like, we're going to have a talk and I'm going to be stern with you, but also do things at your own risk. That's what I mean by the grey area. You know, that it's that fuck around and find out, but in a nice way. But I feel like nobody pushed her boundaries because they knew she meant business one way or another. That's so funny. Let's see if we can get a message for you, Josephine. Josephine, did you understand what I meant? I don't know if it cut out, but I mentioned she shows to you on your left-hand side. It's like this orb that catches your eye, but the movement of the orb is like eye level and goes down. Does she have anything to say about her children? Does she have a daughter? She's showing a... Sorry, I'm second guessing myself. She mentions a daughter, also beginning with the J, with the J name. Does that make sense? I want to make sure I'm reading into that right. I wanted to say Jan then, but... Okay, no middle name with a J. Is one dealing with, okay, cool. Is one dealing with health issues at the moment? Is this an older or the eldest? Something about the eldest she keeps bringing up. No worries, Taylor. She shows me the eldest is slim build. Would that be correct? Feels like coloured hair, darker, but a short haircut. Does that make sense? Oh, that's more the middle daughter. Interesting. Who would be considered underweight then? Your mum's the youngest. Is your mum underweight? Maybe the J she was talking about was you, because I didn't know what if she was on mum's side or dad's side. Is she a smoker as well? And does she have issues? Do you know if she has issues with, has she mentioned needing to see the dentist recently? Feels like left hand side. Feels like there's a hole in the back. Abscess, I just heard. But it feels like, I feel like she already knows this too. She's got to reduce the smoking. She's got to reduce the smoking. There are changes. I am Olivia. It feels like Grand Rising. Oh, have an amazing day. Feels like there's changes in her cellular structure of her lungs. That if she doesn't do something soon, there may be, again, when I say these things and when I get warnings, they're not to be fearful, they're not fear-mongering. They're a redirection so that we can make the changes necessary so we don't go down that path, which is why I get shown, you know, health concerns and things like that. So it feels like for Mum, if she doesn't make those changes, that's where she's heading. You know, worst case scenario is, you know, having treatment for cancer and things like that. But she also has an opportunity here to make the changes necessary, even if it's making reductions in the numbers that she smokes each day, because every little change that she makes will make a difference. They also show her getting tired a lot too, and I don't know if you've noticed, but there's it's like her skin color is drained. There's issues with iron for her as well. When is she stubborn? Does she not go to the she knows these things are happening, but she's a little bit in denial. That's a lie. She's in full denial. Because I feel like she hasn't done anything. Like, if I ignore it for long enough, it might go away. Yeah. That's the message that Nonna has brought forward for her. So it's like lung issues are going to be an issue for her if she's not careful. Again, they're not to scare us, but it's like they're showing the options, and, you know, we still have free will. We still get to choose what path we want to take. They're also showing the number 5. So this is really scary, bringing this forward for you as well, Josephine. If nothing changes in 5 years, she's going to be, she might not be here. So it's, hey Charlotte, I can't wait for you to get your stuff. Yeah, if she's not serious about her health and serious about quality of life, she's not going to have one. And that's a really shit message to bring forward. But again, I've learned over the years too that the health warnings, any health warnings that I bring forward, are for us to do something about. I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Anything to say regarding family issues? No, that's okay. Bickering. I heard bickering. Who's bickering at the moment? Thank you, Blair. What are they? What exactly are they bickering about? Hang on, let me just refresh my screen, Charlotte. I'll see what I have, how many I have here. I've still got 2 more. There'll be so after Josephine I have Olivia and then Taylor. So if I take yours, yours will be the last one for the night. There's a lot of arguing, and yeah. Are they, did Nonna pass recently? Are they sorting out estate stuff for her? Or are they arguing about, how do I feel like? I still feel like it's some sort of inheritance or something. I can hear her and she says, I don't know if she'd say this in a room full of, you know, her children. But it's like, hang on, let me try and get it forward again. It's like, what she's saying is they all think they know what is best, but none of them know because they won't listen to each other. They won't, it gets heated before somebody can talk. And it's almost like none of them had the right solution. Because she keeps saying they don't know, they don't know. So I don't know if you understand that message. There's almost like this screaming over the top of each other about who knows best. And she keeps saying, but they don't know. Anita, they don't know. She's rolling her eyes too. If they could just put their differences aside. Why would she say, she's just said give it all to charity. Holy shit. When I said before that when she spoke, people listened or they fuck around and find out, she's like, just give it all to charity. I understand that now, because she's like, she's had enough of it. Give it all to charity. Because what's important is right in front of you. Far out. Which means them. Their love for each other is what is important. And right now they don't have that. I've never had a loved one come forward so strongly like that before. So it's like, they gotta stop it, they gotta stop it now. She doesn't shut up when she's got something to say, does she? She makes sure she's heard. She's like, if they could see me right now, they would all be sitting where they stand. That's her. I feel like she doesn't swear though, but it feels like the message is like they got to sort out their shit. But obviously she says it in a much nicer way. It almost feels like she couldn't care less. Give it all to charity. Josephine, I don't feel like there's going to be... I feel like the wedge is going to grow deeper as time goes on. I feel like the wedge is going to grow deeper between the family members. Because that's pretty much what she's shown me. They're too driven by that financial gain, the material things, rather than the things that matter the most, which is each other. Oh, it's frozen again. Oh, it's frozen again. Oh, it's frozen again. Let me know when you can hear me, Josephine. Did you hear what I said about it feels like the wedge between the family members are going to get deeper? Because that feels like their focus will always be the material things and that financial gain. Yeah. She's not happy though, because her last words are pretty much, we'll just give it all to charity, but then she also knows that that's not going to happen. It's also not something that you can repair, so if you feel that it's something that you can repair, it's not. Make sure that you separated enough from that stuff so that you don't feel like you're falling into a hole trying to resolve it. Because this is something as adults that they have to realize amongst themselves. Yeah, and it also feels like if your mum does not make changes, then there's some sort of coming back together around the 5-year mark too. So that's kind of the play-by-play that she's giving me. That's landing on a heavy note. Josephine, are you okay? But again, you know, it's health stuff is always redirection, and you kind of have to be clear with mum that that's what it is. And at the end of the day, that is also her decision to make, whether she reduces her smoking or not. But that's all I have for you, Josephine. I always say that and listen, just to make sure there's anything last minute there.